We are.
The Sisters of the Holy Fiber. My name is Devin, also known as the coughing one. I mean, rambunctious guy on the internet.
And I'm Heather, the not coughing one, also known as Tiny Kiwi.
This is
The
episode
ranter.
34.
Your guess is as good as mine. I have
Probably.
no idea. Maybe.
You should
Don't-
look down there for the real number.
Yeah, probably. But don't take my word for it. Please don't sue me reading Rainbow. Yes. With fibery things, how you doing?
Reading Rainbow.
Reading Rainbow.
Oh, hello if you're a new watcher. Hi. We're welcome to
Everywhere.
our little
Take a
empire.
look. It's in a book. It's Reading Rainbow.
Hi.
So yeah, okay, we're really big dorks. Sorry.
Yes. And here we go. I have been pretty much just brainlessly working on this scarf. It's quite a bit longer now. Here we go. Are you ready? It just keeps going. It keeps going and going, and we're maybe halfway.
Yay! That's the problem with
Scarves.
scarves. I'm definitely starting to see why people cast on like 2,000 stitches or something and then just like do 5 rows.
That's actually a way to do this linen stitch scarf. A lot of people do it that way because then you end up with these nice long rows and it does look really nice. But I don't have cables that are long enough, and that requires knowing exactly how many stitches long you want the scarf. And I was like, I don't know how long I'm going to make it. I'm just going to do it this way.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I've been working on. What have you been working on?
Sock, I haven't got much progress. I've been video gaming. As you might be able to tell by the fact that I'm having like a monitor crisis at the moment. If only I would play new systems, maybe I wouldn't have any trouble. But I love my old stuff.
Yeah, but why?
Fist bump gamers of old consoles.
Here we go. Ready, boom.
Fist bumped.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, so we're...
But there's so much old good stuff out there. Why would you need to buy anything new? The new stuff is gazillions of dollars, and the old stuff is like got good stories and good storylines and is good stuff. Can you tell I think it's good?
Yeah. True story.
True story. Okay, so I don't have any new finished objects, but I do have a picture of the baby with the Totoro blanket. Oh, it's so cute. Are you ready? Are you ready
I
for
don't think I
this?
can handle the cuteness. Go for it.
It's so cute.
Oh my goodness. So adorable. I love the face. That's really priceless.
It's so cute. Ooh. And it's obvious, like, it is so, like, the hood is, like, way too big, you know, which is part of the reason it's cute, you know?
I know.
So she can grow into it. So I'm super excited.
Yeah. I love her grumpy face.
Yes.
She's just a little...
All of the pictures that we have of her, she's got the little grumpy face. It's so cute.
Totally related.
It's very cute. So, I was really happy to get that.
Yes, that's awesome. Did you put that on Rav yet?
No, not yet. I have been doing a new, well, that's for random. Whatever, I'll talk about it
Whatever.
now.
Just talk about it now.
Whatever.
Yeah. This is our random Christmas episode.
Oh, is it? Are we
Yeah.
not doing segments again?
No.
Okay, good. So
I'm too scatterbrained. Sorry.
no, it's okay. I forgot to ask you earlier. Anyway, what was I going to talk about?
Totoro Ravelry.
Ravelry. Right. So I went to, because I am in my second year of teaching and the state is dumb, I have to do extra classes because, you know, I didn't take enough of those in my credential course.
Right.
So what happened is people were getting through their credential and still being bad teachers. So they're like, let's put this extra thing on.
Right.
Maybe this will prevent more bad teachers. It's
Right.
not. If anything, it actually, in my opinion, these extra classes would actually push good teachers like me out because I'm stressed out because I care. So then, like, I have extra stress because of this extra program.
Right.
And if you're not stressed out because you don't care, then you'll make it through, you know? Like, because you don't care. And guess what? People who don't care, they're probably not going to be good teachers. Anyway. I went to one of these class things I had to go to. And he was talking about how there's a thing called screen apnea where it's kind of like sleep apnea, but it's like when you've been staring at a screen too much. And pretty much, like they found that people who stare at screens or on a computer for a long period of time, like you breathe shallower and you, are like just generally more stressed out, like through your body chemicals and stuff.
Right.
So, the researchers suggested not going onto a screen for the last 2 hours before you go to bed. Right. So it's like you kind of give your brain a break before you go to sleep.
Right.
So, I've been trying that, and, I'm not expecting it to like change anything. It was just kind of like a catalyst because I felt like I've been staring at screens too much anyway.
Yeah.
So that's the long story short for why that picture is not on my Rav, because Terry showed it to me last night, and putting it on Rav would have been like in my 2-hour window before bed, and that would have been like a lot of staring at my phone. And so I just decided, and so, it's like those kinds of things that I'm just going to wait to do till the next day.
Which is good anyway, it's good to have downtime from technology.
Right. So, and I think, having it as a set time every day, making it a habit, makes it easier. Then, there's a book that I'm reading, what's it called? Make It Stick? Something like that. It's about change and how change happens and stuff. But anyway, one of the things that it says is that anything that you can make a habit becomes much easier to stick with because you don't have to think about it anymore, because it's a habit. So something like that, eventually it's just going to be a habit, and I won't really think about it as much as I'm currently doing because it's not really a habit yet.
Right.
So, I am really excited to get that picture onto Rav though because it's so cute.
It's adorable.
Yeah. The other thing that makes me think about Rav right now is I posted some when I did my pieces of 8 mitts, the ones that are that figure 8 around that goes around the thumb. I posted a lot of directions on my project page, how to understand the pattern, and so somebody reached out to me and was like, help me.
Good.
And I think there might be new to Rav because they commented on the project instead of just messaging me. And they don't have a ID picture yet, So I was like, whatever. I just personal messaged them back, and and then they commented again, like, I made a mitt. Thanks so much for your help. And so it was just nice to help somebody,
Oh yeah,
get
and
through a pattern and stuff. So
it's so funny because I'm definitely the Rav pusher in my Tuesday knit group.
Yeah,
it's like. Just persistent pestering is slowly working a couple people into Rav comfort, So I think it's the lure of the pattern search is strong.
This is true.
It's like they don't want to be confused by anything, and I understand there's a lot of technology. If you barely have email under control, I'm not gonna like overload you with everything else you need to learn. But, yeah.
But learning, like, a couple of the basic things on Rav, like the pattern search, like, that will just change. I mean, it changed my knitting. Ravelry has completely changed how I knit.
Yeah.
I mean, before when I was trying to look for free patterns, I had Knitty.
Yeah.
Which was fine, but that was pretty much it for my free source of patterns.
Right.
Searching through Google will only go so far.
Yeah.
So,
we are very thankful for Ravelry here at Sisters of the Holy Fiber.
Yes, we are.
Holiday thankful episode again.
Yeah. So, do you want to talk video games?
Sure, why not?
I have a video game to share with you. It's it's an iPad game.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. It's called High Rise. Let me go to it on my iPad over here. You can play the whole... I really like games on iPads where you can play the whole thing for free if you want to. Like, I just like it. You know, it's nice. I think this is just going to go back. Yeah, I can't get to the... Let's see. Cancel. Resume. Okay, well, it's not going to the thing. But anyway, it's called High Rise. I wanted to show you the opening logo thing. Maybe if I close it, it'll show me. Go away.
It's a mystery.
Come back. Okay. Yes, there we go. Here's the opening logo.
Okay.
So, this game is a word connecting game, kind of like Boggle, like a letter connecting game, kind of like Boggle.
Uh-huh.
But it also combines things like Candy Crush, where Candy Crush had a lot of, like, different candies did different things.
Mm-hmm.
It has some elements of that where different tiles do different things. Oh, it's High Rise Heroes. That's what it is. And, but it also has an element of RPG. Like, not RPG, because you're not really role-playing, but it's got, like, this silly, ridiculous storyline that goes with it that you read through.
Right.
Yeah. So, this is, what it looks like. So you literally just connect the tiles to make words, like teal. And then I'm gonna explode it! Exploding tiles! Yeah, so it's fun. And then these characters up at the top are all different people, and they have different, like, special abilities and stuff. And one of the characters is a monkey. Like, this game doesn't take itself too seriously.
That's good.
So, I like it.
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
At least something fun to do when you're stuck somewhere.
Mm-hmm. What about you? What have you been playing the most lately, I guess?
Just 100% Drakengard.
Oh, yeah, the one we were talking about last week?
Right. I already got through one of the endings. I think I have 4 more endings to go through, and, like, all the, you know, weapons to level up and stuff. I'm just not sure if I want to keep doing that, because it is a lot of button mashy, and I'm not 100% excited by the storyline, because it's a little... So, I don't know. I might stick with it, but it is fun, you know, it's good, relaxing, you know. So, who knows?
Nice.
Do I want to get the other endings? Or do I just want to look them up on YouTube and be a total cheater pants?
No, you want to do it yourself.
That's probably very true. I've also been very, like... I keep thinking I have a solution to making this monitor issue work, like, with whatever game. Mm-hmm. For a second, I thought that Wii had an HDMI port. It does not. So I got very excited about playing Wii games again, and then it didn't work.
Aww.
So, I still have one last hard, what do you call it? Well, I was going to say hard copy. I'm used to talking about books. One yet less in the flesh store to try, and then I'm going to have to buy something online. I'm, like, old. I don't like to buy things online, I guess.
I don't know. But there's more information about her monitor at the end.
Yeah.
What else you got this week?
Oh, not much. I really haven't been doing anything but playing Drakengard, I swear. So,
okay, have you gone to the Rancho?
Yep. As exciting as always. They had a program, so I was there for helping set up an extra day.
See anybody? See anything while you were outside?
I did see a bunch of stuff. What have I seen? A bunch of hummingbirds. I'm beginning to think that there's one particular bush that they are always around. Because it's like the middle of winter and it still seems like it's absolutely full of hummingbirds.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, no shortage of hummingbirds in my life. Saw a couple of hawks, a turkey vulture. That was really cool. Although the turkey vulture looked kind of small. He looked... I mean, if I wasn't so sure of myself, I would think he was a very large crow or something, but it was clearly a turkey vulture. Just little.
Oh.
I haven't grown into it yet.
It's just a little one, okay?
I haven't got the fancy red face.
Just the little ones.
Sweetos. I guess we can have small turkey vultures. It just doesn't seem to fit in my mind.
In your worldview.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I've been enjoying all the tea from that book of tea that I showed you.
Right.
So good.
What was your latest one?
Fantasy. It's a black tea flavored mostly with caramel, but a little bit of fruity kind of honey notes. But it's really good. And it's great with milk. Oh, wait, that's this one. Oh. So.
I've been having coffee with eggnog.
I know. I had a thing of eggnog. Yeah. It's really bad, though. I was, drinking so much of it. So I was like, I need to have some more tea. It's the way it is every Christmas. I OD on eggnog lattes. Because I love eggnog lattes. They're just the best.
They're really good.
They're really good. Especially when people make them with real eggnog, not the syrup.
Mm-hmm.
World of difference.
I hear ya. Yeah, I just make coffee at home and then put eggnog in it.
Yeah, I do that too.
It's not the same, though. It's not as eggnoggy, you know?
Yeah. Yep.
Now I want an eggnog. Now I want coffee with eggnog, except it's too late at night.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but they do have this lovely, lovely thing called a decaf eggnog latte. I know, because that's what I have in the evening. Decaf or regular? There's always
I mean that I could make it home.
Oh, okay.
So I'm trying to save up money because I want to buy a car. Did I tell you this?
Yeah, I remember. I remember you talking about it. And that's a good thing to do, you know?
Yeah. So I'm trying really hard to not spend money because that's most of what I spend my money on is things like going out to coffee or buying a sandwich or...
It's amazing how much money you spend just going out for coffee, even once a day. Like, I sat down and calculated it once. It's kind of redonk.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a reason that Starbucks is buying McDonald's for world domination, you know?
Right.
It's a lot of money. Because you can have coffee 4 times a day. You can only have McDonald's once before you want to, you know.
That's not true for everyone. Don't judge. But anyway, I have no idea where I was even going with that. Eggnog lattes all the time.
We're just rambling. It's fine. We can just ramble. It's okay.
Yeah. I think, for me, the best thing about the holidays is eggnog latte.
The best thing for me is taking off my glasses and looking at the Christmas tree and knowing that sighted people will never know.
That's so true. It's the only upside. You gotta give us something for our... So,
in case you don't wear glasses, in case you have vision that works, eyeballs that work, those of us who don't... the source of the light, especially a small light, will just turn into like a fuzzy glowing light. So the Christmas tree turns into like this glowing, I mean, it's just so pretty.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've tried like with my glasses on, like kind of like half crossing my eyes, and it's not the same. It's not the same. It's different when you just take your glasses off. And you will never be able to take... So, if you know anybody, if you are a sighted person, and you know somebody who has a really strong prescription, you can, like, put on their glasses and look at the Christmas tree and know how awesome it is.
It's still not quite the same, though.
No, it's not, but you'll get closer.
Yeah, that's true.
To knowing. So, that's one of my favorite things. It's, like, one of the only times of the year where my giant... strong prescription comes in handy.
I know, right? Well, we have to have something that keeps us uplifted about having horrible vision.
Yes.
There'll be some positive. Anyway.
Yeah.
What else are you doing for the holidays?
I don't know yet. Oh, well, I'm probably gonna go make cookies with my nephew, so I'm excited about that. I kind of want to do something every year. He's 2 now, and he's gonna have a little baby brother soon, and I want to do something every year where I spend time with them.
Yeah.
Because I don't live near them, so I just think that would be special to kind of start that tradition this year. So I thought cookies is easy because, he can just eat it.
Yeah.
I'll just bring him mostly decorated and we'll spread frosting all over our faces and it'll be a good time.
Good times were had by all.
Oh, I found a picture of you.
Uh-oh.
You are finger painting, right? With Mom outside. And you, fully got your finger full of paint and you're just, drawing on yourself. And you're looking at it, you're like...
very avant-garde even then.
It's adorable. I think you're, 2.
Funny.
Oh,
when I got older, I hated having anything on me.
Yeah, so you sure didn't care then.
No.
Yeah, it was cute.
I grew into my weirdness.
Oh, don't we all?
Yeah, true that.
Well, I mean, look who raised us. It's not really surprising.
Well, the apple doesn't fall far from the persimmon tree. So, I really want to get my Wii working.
Yes.
I feel a great urge to game, and I really want to play the second Epic Mickey.
So what about a TV? I mean, a TV monitor is really...
Is really what?
Isn't that really how that would be helpful? A TV monitor?
Yes. But the reason that we gave away our old CRT TV, TV, the big old ones.
Right.
It just takes up so much space.
Right. And so you just need a flat screen now.
Yeah, but this was free. That was what the benefit of this was.
Right.
Which is why I'm like, well, shit, now... Do I pay $40 for a converter box, or do I take this back to Fry's and try to buy a smaller TV that's flat?
Right.
Who knows? It'll be an exciting adventure.
Yeah, the only reason we have a flat screen is because ours was free, I mean...
Yeah, I mean, that was the thing. It's like...
You can't look free in the face and go, no, why not?
Yeah.
It was free.
Exactly. Especially since I'm playing things on a screen this big. The only thing... My PS2 screen is... that big. It's attached to my PS2 because it's a aftermarket part.
Right.
By Pelican, I think. Which has been great. I just didn't buy them for all my game systems, so pretty much the only thing I can play is the PS2, and the screen is tiny.
Yeah.
So tiny. Which is fine playing old games. It's not like they're really trying to be impressive with their landscapes or whatever, but sometimes reading the font is...
It's a little bit, I can imagine that being a bit much.
Yeah.
Hey, are you going to sign up for next semester?
I don't know. I've been thinking about it. What are you thinking?
I've been thinking about it too. I don't know. I mean, I just feel like these last couple of terms that I've played... I get really excited for the first couple of weeks, and then I nearly forget about it. The last 2 months are literally oh, I need to turn something in. I gotta make something.
Yeah, and that doesn't feel fun to me.
Right. So I've been thinking about not officially playing, just maybe doing SOS and I don't know, or maybe if you and I just do planning together at the beginning of the month, because that's what I really like.
Yeah.
I like the planning part, that it helps me plan and think ahead about what I want to make. But, here I am, it's December 15th, and I'm still knitting Christmas presents. I obviously didn't plan well enough. Or, I overplanned. I planned the Totoro baby blanket and an owl, in my second year of beginning teaching. It just didn't happen.
Right.
So, I don't know.
I don't know either. I've been kind of quaffling because I feel the same way. I really love the community and everything. I love the people and the creativity. It's just, I don't feel like I'm really committing myself to to doing a lot unless I do something like a big project like an owl that I'm very excited about. I'm just not excited about having to make a coaster every month, you know? Like, that's the part that I'm like, well, I just don't know if that's actually motivating me, if I actually care enough to, you know, is this really keeping me knitting, or is this just a waste of my time and yarn?
And I know that at the beginning for you, it was really inspiring, and I know, like, you did a lot because of the cup and stuff. But I just think that, you know, both of us, like, we're more than 1 month knitters. Like, most of my projects are over a month. I don't know. Yeah. You know, and maybe that's not true. I might be just pulling that out of you-know-where, but I feel like I was searching for projects that I could get done in a month.
I'm not excited about them.
You know, yeah. But on the other hand, here's the other thing, though. It does help me get stuff done. You know, because I have that fake deadline.
Right.
Well, I gotta get this done so that I can turn it in for fake points.
Yeah, those fake points are incredibly important.
They are. Yeah. So, and I was thinking maybe about going back to Ravenclaw.
That might help do it.
Because nothing against my nestmates, but my nest just isn't that active, and I don't know, it's just.
Yeah, so I'm always torn on whether I like an active nest or a slow nest, because, like, an active nest, I feel like I've never caught up with anyone.
Right.
And I just feel stressed out that I can't keep up. And then a slow nest, and I'm just kind of bored.
Right. So it's that middle ground that I'm looking for. And, but I do feel more affinity with my Ravenclaws, and it's been fun in Slytherin. And the other thing I like, too, is the swap. That it's fun. I don't know. I mean, I just don't really feel like I need to do it again necessarily. But it was fun. The 2 times that I did it. Yeah. Being part of that community and that kind of thing. The thing about the swaps, though, is there are some people that go, like, bananas. And I just don't think it's fair.
Right.
You know? It's, because I was on the receiving end of somebody who was really, really nice, and I just was like, I don't feel like the person who got my package got as much love, you know, from me.
Yeah. So. But that's always the hard thing about, like, gift exchangey things. You will never have an equal amount of anything.
Right.
You know? So, there will always be differing levels.
Yeah, and you know that, and I know that you know that going into it, you know, I mean, you know it going into it, so.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Just, you know, it's the giving that's the exciting part for them, and that's why they do it.
That's true. That's true.
So. But, yeah, I don't know, that's an interesting point about switching over to Ravenclaw, too, because what I really lack right now is motivation, and I really don't feel like I get that from Slytherin. Like,
I mean, but you did for so long. What changed?
There's what?
You did for so long. I'm just curious what changed.
I really don't know. I think we lost a couple of people that kept things chattier. Just due to life circumstances. And nest changes and things like that. And while I love the people on my nest, it's like I don't feel most of them are very good knitters, like professional designers and things like this, you know, cranking out a sweater a month kind of thing. Or in the case of one of them, I think her name's Jennifer, she puts out like a sweater, a vest, a hat, you know, I mean, she's a designer. She knits all sorts of crazy stuff, you know, and while that's pretty to look at, that's not like reachable for me.
Right.
So it's not really inspiring to me because I'm not even close to that, you know. I don't know. I like the slow pace of the nest so that I don't feel overwhelmed trying to catch up. You know, like I go back after a month and there's only like 100 new posts or something. You know.
Right.
But there's downsides to that too. You know, like where's the motivation? So I don't know. Maybe I had stopped hanging out in the common room because it was really chatty. really chatty, maybe that's what I need to do again.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Ravenclaw does dorm rooms instead, so you're with the people of your year. So
Right.
there's just some people that are, there's just some dorms that are chatty and some that aren't, you know?
Yeah.
Our common room, though, is bananas.
I know that's the problem with the common room. I
The
just feel
Ravenclaw
like,
common room, like, if you think the Slytherin common room is bananas, like, the I don't even try.
Yeah.
I seriously, like, I go back 5 pages, I read some, and I, like, blah, chime in, and...
Yep.
Yeah. Because, seriously, like...
I know, I've dropped in. You guys are nuts.
Yeah. Let me tell you, it's not me.
Yeah.
But,
I
you know,
really
and
don't
then
know.
the other thing, but the thing about Ravenclaw Common Room is there's always interesting conversations going on. You know, like, if you can find, like, the thread of conversation that's interesting to you, I mean, it's just, I mean, it is always interesting. There is that.
I feel that way even about the Slytherin common room, you know, like, it's just if you can find the things that are interesting to you, that's the trick, is staying on top and finding the, you know, what you want to talk about. It's just, I don't know. My motivation and my mojo have gone downhill. So I don't know what I need to do to really reclaim that. Maybe I need to be more sociable and chatty. Because I stopped doing that because it was kind of overwhelming. And I couldn't handle trying to keep up in the common room. It wasn't going to happen. I could barely keep up in my nest, and I didn't.
Yeah.
So.
And that, like, when I let myself be okay with not keeping up on it, you know, I feel like I participate more, you know. I just don't care. Like, I don't care that I don't know where this conversation started. I'm chiming in anyway because you're having a public conversation in a public forum, and I feel like it.
Yeah, I mean, and
and it does enliven the conversation. So
yeah, and that's the things that I enjoy. So yeah, you know, maybe it's just really that I need to get back into that kind of stuff because I stopped everything I was doing. I was doing the dueling club. I was doing the, you know, this special Slytherin, like, badges, basically, where you try to do a certain number of things to get the badge.
Right.
I mean, you know, it's like imaginary badges, imaginary points, imaginary dueling stars, imaginary whatever. It's a very fine line for me between motivation and feeling overwhelmed.
Right.
So, I think that's kind of why I pulled away. But conversely, I haven't made much of anything this term. I don't feel like I have. You know, I did a bunch of crafts the first term, just because I was in the crafty place. Wasn't, you know, most of it wasn't fiber crafting, but, I don't know. I don't know what I need to do to reclaim the mojo.
Right. Well, I think, one of the things that I'm going to do is look through my queue and see, like, are there 3 things that I could make in a month that I really want to make? And if there are, then I'll sign up again, you know, and make those things. And if not, then I won't. You know, so I do still have, you know, there's the Care of Magical Creatures charm bracelet.
Yeah.
You know, those were my fillers, you know, when I didn't really feel like making anything else. And I have used those.
Yeah.
So for me, I mean, at least I have those. I could knock some of those out, and maybe I could put one of those on my list for next term or something. But
I know I haven't gotten brave enough to try. Like I was literally just looking at the pattern this morning, thinking, "God, these are so cute. I want to make these," but I don't know if I'm just still figuring it out with this sock. Like maybe I need to start the other toe of the sock before I feel like I can handle like these little tiny things on DPNs. Holy moly!
Well, I think that's one of those things. Like it's hard. It's easier than it seems.
Yeah, probably.
So.
I mean, you can't go wrong with it casting on 12 stitches maximum, you know? Like,
right.
Much better than a shawl or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
10,000 stitches later.
Yeah. So, I like that plan, though, of seeing, like, what I want to make next term. And
yeah.
But next term for me will be a good term to get some knitting done because I won't have a concert. This term, I have a concert on Thursday, so I am, you know, I'm just kind of cuckoo-brained.
Yeah. Well, you know, does the new term start in January or in February?
It starts in January, yeah. So sorting, sign up should be pretty soon.
Yeah, and if we're going to do an owl or... I don't remember. Can you do newts?
Yeah. I can now, yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure you'd want to, but...
I want to, but...
But I think you would drive yourself nuts trying to do one, because
the reality,
Yeah, the people that do newts really go crazy trying to do newts. So...
Well, they just knit more. Like that's the thing about newts is, like, those are people who knit a lot. And I knit, but I don't knit a lot, And
I knit less than that, so...
Right.
And
so. I think it's just taking your crafting, how much you craft into consideration,
Yeah, that's true. And your speed, because, like, your knitting speed and my knitting speed are completely different.
Right. Do you think you have, like, a couple of things that you want to make that are smaller?
I do.
Because
I did want to make more headbands. Because I really enjoyed when I made those 8 headbands.
Uh-huh.
And I have other patterns in my queue and stuff that I want to do.
Uh-huh.
But most of the stuff that I have is hat-sized that I want to do. Now, hats are doable in a month, but not necessarily for knitting. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what I've been wanting to do lately, is knitting. This is crochet that I'm wearing. But even this one took me about 4 winters to do, just because I got so mad at the pattern.
Yes, you did. I remember that.
Yeah. Well, I think in hindsight, when I started this, I was actually not a very good crocheter. And then 4 years later, I was. So, what a world of difference. And I also was using a yarn that's a little too large for the pattern. But nevertheless, now I have my turtle hat.
Yes, you do. So, you said you wanted to make headbands, yet then you started talking about hats. So I'm confused.
I put them in the same category. Things that go on your head.
Okay, so when you said you have headbands you want to make, you really meant you have hats you want to make.
No, I meant I have hats and headbands I want to make.
Oh, okay.
So all of the things that I want to make are for heads. Mm. So, yeah, now that I think about it, I don't think I have maybe I have a cabled scarf, but I gotta be in the mood for cables.
Yeah.
Anyway. The only other thing that makes me really hesitant about starting new projects is I still haven't finished quite a few projects, and I really would like to, but that is not something I can get much credit for in the Ravelry game.
Right. And maybe that's something you can do, like, if you wanted to take an SOS term and just, like, detention everything. Like, plunk yourself down in detention and go, I'm here, yo!
Yeah, pretty much.
And just keep posting stuff in detention, because if you're SOSing, you're not getting, that's student on sabbatical. If you're SOSing, then you're not getting points anyway, so you can just turn everything into detention.
Yep. Yeah, but then at that point...
What do you think about that?
Well, at that point, why even bother, Why bother being an SOS?
Because then, when you sign up again, you have better sorting.
That's true.
So, that's why.
Mm-hmm.
But as long as you left in good standing, it shouldn't affect your priority for when you join again.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's fun. Like, student on sabbatical, it's fun to just kind of, like, hang out, and you still get to do stuff, and it's less stress, I feel like.
Yeah, I know, but, it's not even that I feel stressed, really, by the whole thing. It's just that I don't feel as motivated. Mm-hmm. So, and I know myself, if I don't sign up, I will not be as productive, especially with knitting. Right, I'll just, I'll keep doing that, I'll deal with that next month, and then 3 months have gone by and I haven't made a thing.
Well, what about having a plan for something small that you can finish, and then having a plan for something for detention?
That's not a bad idea.
So, like, you get your project out of the way in the first week, and then you just detention until you go blue in the face. Yeah. Yeah,
that's probably the best idea. Especially since I have a few of those those headband patterns would be doable. If I just find 3 of those, then I know I have 3 projects. I've got the Jane hat, I've got these socks. I haven't even started on the Rosaline hat that I really wanted to make.
I know.
It's driving me crazy. Like, I keep thinking about it, and it's just like, I haven't even finished the sock.
And that kind of thing, like, the things that you keep thinking about, like, those dream projects, like, that's what you should make. When I was thinking about making an owl for a sweater, I was like, well, I could do this one, but I'll always be dreaming about this one. And somebody in my dorm, I was in Ravenclaw at the time, she's like, make the one that you're dreaming about, because that's the one that you will always be thinking about. So just make that one.
Yeah, it's true. It's great advice.
Yeah, and the other thing that I also try hard to remember is that a partial counts.
Yeah.
So if you cast on, like, let's say you cast on, what is it, the Rosalind hat?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you cast on, let's say you cast on the Rosalind hat in January, and then you, like, detentioned it, you could turn the Rosalind hat for your partial and just keep plugging away,
I know, but the problem with that is that that's what I've been doing. And I have so many partials now that only count for 10 points in detention, and that's just, like, especially something that's taking me probably 2 to 3 months for these socks. Let's be real. It took me a month to get this far, so how much longer is it going to take me to finish the sock and to make another sock? It feels less worth it to me to rush that and get nothing for it. So I don't know. I think I might just go the headband way, and then whatever detentions I get done is when I get it done.
Mm-hmm. But I think it would be good to set yourself a goal, like a detention done a month, so that you get through that whip pile that's staring at you. Or you frog something. Like, you either get it done or you frog something a month.
I know.
Like, that would be a good goal.
You should be really proud of me. I actually got rid of some of my knitted things, and I was like, I'm never going to wear this. Good. So, and then I also frogged some things. So it was really refreshing.
Yeah, it is. It's cathartic because, those projects are weighing over your head. Like, you're...
Yeah, and it's like, I'm never going to finish this. I am not interested in doing this anymore. So why bother? Mm-hmm. I can use the yarn. So, yeah, it's amazing how setting it aside for a year will really change your perspective. Mm-hmm. Because a year ago, I'd been like, I don't want to frog it. I worked so hard. And now I'm like,
Yeah, exactly. I've been there.
Yeah.
Speaking of other things, I'm wearing my sweater that I made.
Oh, yes.
And I got a couple compliments on it today. And I've never gotten actual compliments on it. Oh, and the top button is a shell. And one of my kids was like, shell! I was like, yes, child. I used a button that's a shell. Yay!
Hey! You're like the Miss Frizzle of the classroom. Now you need to teach them all about shells.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cute.
Yeah, it was adorbs. So,
yeah.
Well, I think we've talked ourselves into playing next term.
Yes, I think we have. And I'm already plotting, so that's a good thing.
Yes.
Thanks. I'm like, maybe if I do plot my detention.
Well, this is, plotting is one of my favorite parts of crafting, is thinking about what I'm going to make.
Yeah.
So, it's no
maybe you need to set a goal about sitting down on the 1st of every month and having a plotting podcast, because I think that would be motivating. Mm-hmm. Even if we don't reach those goals, the plotting is half the fun.
Yes. I think that, because I don't really care, honestly, what the classes themselves are, but I think it would be good to kind of, like, check in on the 1st and say, like, okay, I did this, I actually, like, check in on our 3-month plan, like, where are we in that plan, and what needs to be revised, and what are we going to continue to work on, and, like, that kind of thing.
Sounds like a good idea.
Well, I think that's gonna work out nicely.
We talked ourselves into having more fun. Oh, golly.
Are you gonna come to Ravenclaw?
I'll think about it. I like my common room better.
I know.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I love my peoples. Slither wings.
All right. Okay.
Besides that, I'd have to change my whole wardrobe.
Oh, darn. Peppermint Mama Mocha will make you something new to wear.
Oh, I meant my real wardrobe.
Oh.
You should see, it's starting to look like a Slitherfest in there.
It's gonna be okay.
So, I guess we're signing out now.
I think we are.
Join us. We're really, really, really random. I guess we're always random. We should just stop apologizing.
Yeah, I don't know why you apologize anymore.
I don't know why either.
We're now at 50 minutes.
Ooh.
And I just say that because when we called each other today, we're like, I don't have anything to talk about. And you said, I don't have anything to talk about. Let's record something anyway. We'll find something to talk about. And we did.
Yeah, just like we always do.
Yes.
We're really...
So thanks for joining us. And I hope you stick along with us as we figure out how to plan our knitting lives and see if that actually helps anything.
Yeah.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah.
I have a giant monitor in front of me. It is here.
Okay.
Did I tell you about this yet?
No.
Okay, maybe we could record this because this is going to be me ranting about technology.
I already hit the record button because you started singing, but
Oh, okay.
I didn't get any of the singing, unfortunately.
Yes. So apparently there's a big difference between TVs and monitor screens.
Yes.
Apparently everyone knows this.
Oh.
Just because I've seen a lot of people manage to use one for the other.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of intermediary cables and switches and oh my gosh. So Daddy bought himself a very fancy monitor because he wanted to do Photoshop and stuff. Our dad does, all sorts of photo minute. But then he came into some money and decided he wanted something a little bit better. So I got it. Long story short. So it's a really wonderful monitor. It's very big. It's my own screen is about yay big. I have a netbook. It's very tiny. So this definitely helps me see things. But the only thing currently that I can hook up to this thing is my laptop, which is little and has a horrible everything. I mean, it'll get you on the internet, but quality of everything is very low. Even watching YouTube videos, I have to keep the resolution incredibly low, or it just lags so bad that it's unwatchable. So, yeah, I've been spending the past, week about hunting down every possible store that could have the converter that I need to play old consoles. Like my PS2, PS1, even the first Xbox, they all have component or composite. Good God, my brain is so full of tech now. Anyway, I can't hook them up to my brand new screen. Long story short. And nobody has the converter part that I need in the store. Very similar things, and I got the closest thing at Fry's, except it was the right box, but it went the wrong way. So, yeah. It's like HDMI to composite instead of composite to HDMI. Anyway, apparently that's a thing that you need to look out for. It's been an interesting week.
That does sound interesting.
And trying to find one online from a reputable looking source has just been bizarre. Usually you could find something like that on Amazon even, if you really wanted to. I hate using Amazon. I hate buying things online in general. But I don't want to spend something like close to $50 buying something off of Amazon, a site I don't support in the first place, and buying a piece of plastic that looks like it costs 50 cents to make. I'm just not down for that. So it's been a ride. So now I gotta figure out whether having a giant screen for my computer is important, or whether I want to play video games more and trade this in for a TV I can actually use, or plug my game systems into, my old game systems, because apparently new systems can handle it with their fancy HDMI cables.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, my mind.
We should actually officially start the podcast.
Yes! So
I'm going to have to tag that onto the end.
Not ranting.